Beauty and the Beat Radio. We got guests in the building. What's going on, y'all? Hi. I got Erik Rosete of Art Hearts Fashion and also of Mr. Triple X. Say hello.
Hi guys, how are you?
And I have NFL player Dwayne. Why you smile like that? You cheesing? Dwayne Harris in the building. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm wonderful. I'm so glad you guys came to stop by with Beauty and the Beat today. So we're going to talk and get things going. We're going to talk to you about, you have a big week coming up. Fashion Week is here. I don't think really Fashion Week has had a big spark until you start doing the Art Hearts Fashion and the collaboration with your lines. I mean, I remember you were creative director with a lot of lines even before you started your own line, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so how long has Art Hearts Fashion been going on?
About 2.5 years now, and it's been going from like zero to hero in no time. I mean, we started doing it at a nightclub in downtown at a place called 333 Live.
Yeah.
We did it like a little art show.
Okay.
And from there, the next one went to Big Fashion Week in LA, and for the headline night, we had a ton of celebrities that came out. So from there, we did Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week. We were the biggest show at Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week in New York, and then we became our own entity here in LA, and now we're huge. Okay, so Mercedes-Benz for Fashion Week, for those that don't know, Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week was really the official sponsor of pretty much all of the fashion weeks at one time with IMG, correct? Yeah, correct. And so for whatever reason, I remember the last one that I remember going to was at Smashbox, and that was kind of like their finale. It was just like no reason, whatever. And then I heard they recently just pulled out of New York. Yeah. So then, did you used to work at IMG? Yeah. Or were you representing someone at IMG? What was that about? 7 years ago, I was working as a model manager with IMG, and that's kind of how I got into fashion. I was hanging out with pretty girls, doing the whole Hollywood thing, and they wanted to be actresses, but I said, you know what, you guys need to be in New York being models. Right. So I flew them out there, invested all my money, all my time into it, and went into IMG, which is the #1 agency in the world. Of course. And so I went in there and I pitched the hell out of my models, and I did such a good job at it that they're like, not only do we want to sign them, but we want to sign you. And we want you to do what you do and continue to do it and find us more. So I ended up working as a model manager now for IMG, so I went from like doing real estate to all of a sudden, you know, being the super pimp traveling all over with these pretty girls. Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, but it was like a kid in a candy store, you know? But at the time that you flipped out of real estate, what, 2008, 9? That was kind of when it was tanking. It was like everything. I was like, please sell. Yeah. So I needed something. I needed something to do. I needed something cool. I needed something exciting. I had some money saved up, so I put that money into getting an apartment in New York, taking the girls out there, invested all my time and money into it. And an apartment in New York could take up your house. Yeah, it went quick. It went quick. But it was a great experience. It's just, you know, things didn't really work out, so I came back to LA. Came back to LA, decided to get back into real estate. Okay. But as fate would have it, 4 years ago, someone that I knew from back in the day was a designer here in LA, and he's like, hey, I want you to come to my fashion show. Little did I know that it was his intention to get me to manage him. So I went to his fashion show. I saw it. It was kind of LA fashion was really, you know, nothing, non-existent. It was kind of a joke almost, and I just kind of went to it, and I was like, and I don't understand how we're so fashionable out here, but then New York, you go, I mean, like every showroom, you could go to a hole in the wall in the alley, and you'll walk into this weird, no, seriously, and it's the best fashion. Like I remember when Sherry Bodell was a new artist, because I would style or be in the back, like in the back, and it's just like, I remember her line being so unique, and it's like I didn't see it anywhere. And you know, so certain lines. So why do you think LA is like that? I think just, you know, we're so inundated with Hollywood and whatnot that, you know, New York needed its own thing, so they kind of took that identity, and then, you know, you got London, Paris, and Milan that really take the realm for fashion and whatnot. I just don't think that they wanted to give us any more because we already have it all. Okay. But it would make the most sense to have it here because, you know, we're dictating the celebrities, the red carpet, the movies, the music videos, and it worked out in my favor because New York, Paris, Milan, they focus on the commercial brands, big budgets. You know, they got Marc Jacobs, Ralph Lauren, Calvin Klein. They got all the people that already have multi-million-dollar companies. Right. I started working with this designer, and the first thing I did was, we're taking you to New York. So we were in LA. I thought it was a big joke. Took him to New York. He did really well. I started to meet other really artistic designers in that process, and he blew up. He got really big. Started working with Kendall Jenner, Alex Morgan, the Kardashians. Was that the Tumblr and Tipsy? Yeah. I remember because we were going to do a fashion show together. Yeah. Okay, you remember that? Yeah. Okay. He was like, I have Tumblr and I have Tipsy. And I was like, no way. You're like, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So he did really well. We went to New York and started doing well, but then he signed with CAA, and I just kind of saw myself, like, you know, losing my position, you know, in that situation because he had big management, his career was taking off, and instead of really getting upset about all the time that I had spent doing it, I just decided to kind of form my own thing, and that's where Our Hearts Fashion began.
And it blew up, and I don't even remember the other person's name anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So while we got you here, Dwayne, like you were just in, we want to get into some football talk, because you know, I mean, it's like now when I see, you know, you guys walking in, you got your Beats headphones on, they're the white, you know, the newest ones, or you know, the fashion. It's like a fashion show before you even hit the field. How do you feel about fashion right now? You know, being an NFL player, and a lot of people are talking about your athleticism, but like, what you look fashionable today? How do you? What's your take on fashion right now?
I think it's just everybody got their own style now. You know,
Okay.
you see everybody doing their own thing, putting their own spin on a lot of fashion. It's taking over, especially in like the sports world now.
Yes.
People really didn't see sports and fashion together. Now it's definitely collabing right now, and it's big. You know, everybody's seeing the guys as they come through the locker room.
Man.
You know,
Did you see Cam Newton's Versace pants?
Yeah, I
What you
seen
think
that.
of those?
Hey, some people can't pull it off. Some people
I can say that. That was so. I was like, okay, we got the eye of the tiger.
That was a bold move for him. I wouldn't have did it, but you know, a lot of people can do it. Some people can't. You know,
Right.
some people can do different things than others.
Right.
But yeah, but it's definitely
So do you put a little bit more time into your fashion before the game versus like a sweatsuit or something like that? What is your regimen before the game?
it all depends on how I feel. I think.
Okay.
You know, sometimes you know you want to go in looking good, feeling good,
Right.
play good. So I think that just goes into it. You know, when you look good, you feel good. I feel like you play good.
Do you have a music thing going on? Is there's a soundtrack going on in your head? Because music gets me pumped. Like I have to have music on.
Yeah, you definitely. I think everybody gets dressed listening to music now.
Sharice doesn't. She says she needs quiet, even in the car. You know how somebody talks? Have you ever met somebody like that? Like, I mean, your music is like, it's really loud and it's hip hop.
I think the music.
No, you did. You was like, is that hip hop? I was like, yeah, it's hip hop.
I think whatever music gonna play at that time, I think that's how I get dressed.
Okay,
I
cool.
think that's how I feel.
Okay, so we like music. How about you, Eric? You like music?
I love music.
You
It
love music?
dictates the way my fashion shows, like the themes of my fashion shows go.
Yeah.
So I love, like, it creates a story. It's
It
all
creates
part of the story.
It's like the soundtrack.
Yeah.
I think music is the soundtrack to our lives.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Okay, I love that. Well, our engineer here, who is also my cousin, he's a musician as well. He doesn't like me to talk about it as much. Kind of shy. But it's not really. It's just he doesn't like me to say that, but he's a musician. Uh-oh, he's grabbing the mic.
Yeah.
See, I don't like people to mention my name like that, but yeah, she's right. I am a rapper. I do it all. I'm a jack of all trades. I do everything pretty much. Yeah.
So I want to get into some of your fashion, because you just had a fashion show in New York for Our Hearts Fashion, as well as for Mr. Triple X. Tell me, before we get into this video, so we're going to cue the video up, but before we get into the video, where did the name Mr. Triple X come from? Because Triple X can mean, you could take it a lot of
Yeah.
So where did Mr. Triple X, how did we get that name?
Yeah, well, you know, I was working as a model manager, and
Okay.
then I was working as a producer, and then I was doing the fashion shows, and then I developed my own fashion line. So people
Okay.
started calling me a triple threat.
Oh, okay.
And so I was born in Generation X, and then, you know, X Factor, X marks the spot, and I just kind of, I read into a lot of the symbolism in like movies and whatnot, like The Matrix, Alice in Wonderland, taking the rabbit down the rabbit hole. And our journey through life basically is going down
What's
the
the
rabbit
rabbit hole? I did read that. I was like, what's the rabbit hole?
Yeah, it's just basically our journey through life. You go
Okay.
down, and once you go down, you know, you never know what you're gonna find.
Right.
And
okay.
so I developed the brand based off of the logo, which the 3 X's is the face of the rabbit, and just
Right.
called it Mr. Triple X because it just kind of organically came together. And so it just
So see,
became-
all those dirty minds, because it wasn't me, but
Yeah.
all those dirty minds out there that was thinking something, yours come from being a triple threat,
Yeah.
and, you know, the unknown kind of.
Yeah, and it's all those dirty minds that are driving views and likes to my website and to my
Right, you
YouTube.
do,
So because
you
you know
make-
what, the number one thing that's searched on YouTube is Triple X.
Uh-huh.
And so when my fashion shows pop up, people just view them because they're like, oh well, you know, they're
Yeah,
clicking on
you-
it. But people are searching for Triple X's, they're looking for porn,
You
but
have
they end up
millions
finding
of
me
views.
instead.
Yeah, it's like millions of views. Share the love.
Yeah, no, it's good.
It
It actually worked out for my marketing, you know, for
Right.
marketing purposes. And so I still make it sexy and cool, but in a classy way. So I'm not showing any nudity. I'm not showing anything vulgar. Everything's, you know, my pants are to the floor. You know, there's no real obscenity in my clothing. It's all very cool and casual.
Sometimes we have the men are a little sex appeal for the ladies, so they have their shirts on.
Yeah, always.
It's almost like, you know what? Like we're gonna show it, but I mean, it's like I don't know, because I know sometimes you collaborate with other brands when it comes to shoes or whatever for the fashion show itself. But I mean, the line itself is yours. But I mean, it's a lot of like chains and accessories that go along.
Yeah,
with it. Is that you too, or is it like?
I collaborate with a guy named Kenny.
Okay.
And so I show him my line and I tell him what I want, and he creates it for me based off of the aesthetic. Every season has a theme.
Okay, yeah.
So this season is Adam and Eve, so it's creation.
Okay.
And so I told him I wanted things that were themed with creation and that can go with my line. So I showed him my pieces and he made like green leaf harnesses and whatnot that can go with it. So it went really well.
Okay.
And then in the past I've done Reflection collection, which was like one of my first collections, which was about me reflecting on life and about how you can take things in your life and just reflect them back and take the positive and make it positive versus making it negative. And so he made it like metallic-y and mirrored and whatnot, and so it was really cool.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
So they're all themed. There's a hidden story in all my fashion. So each of my clothing pieces has actually a piece of the story. And so if somebody were to go back and take every single piece, it would tell actually a really cohesive story.
So you need to put together. Okay, if you do decide to do it and you haven't done it already, it's not in progress, you have to do it with me. But you need to put a book together, and it's going to tell that story, so it's going to have all your, like, fabulous collections, and it could be, like, the drawings of it and the pictures of it, and then it could be, like, a little big, like, table book, and it'll be, like, really, really cute.
Yeah.
And then, like, Mr. Triple X, like, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Okay, cool.
It's like a total comic book.
It's a total
it plays
comic.
out.
You get it? Okay, you heard that first, right?
I heard it.
People
Publicists in the
could
building?
secretly see it on Instagram. Actually, we go from the beginning to the end. It actually it tells the story.
The YouTube?
Instagram.
Instagram.
If you look at the images, it tells the story without captions. So you just kind of have to view it. And if somebody with a really deep intellectual mind can go in there and dissect it, they could piece it all together.
Sit there and sip on your juice.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so we're going to get into a little bit of your fashions. We've been talking about it enough. So we're going to see this, and then we're going to get into Mr. Triple X. Come on. You want to introduce it? What line? This is spring. You don't even know what it is. It's your latest. It's what was shown this spring collection for the New York Fashion Week at 4040 Club, I think. So what would this be?
It was at the Angel Orange Foundation Center.
Angel Orange Foundation.
And I actually had an NFL player walk in my show,
So you
Rodney
got the
McLeod from the
NFL.
LA Rams, and they're coming to LA, so I had to have some represent, and I've had a couple other athletes walk with me as well.
Okay. Well, you're gonna have to have.
Yeah,
Dwayne.
absolutely.
You know, he's a
Absolutely.
fashion.
Tuesday, 9 p.m.
Tuesday,
9
how long you gonna
p.m.
be out here?
Leaving tomorrow night.
Oh wow! So we gotta get into how long you. Why you just in here for 2 days?
3 nights.
2 days, 3 nights. Okay. Yes. So can we get into?
Coming through the heartache.
Yes, Mr.
How could you know? How could you know?
XXXO, 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 XXXO. Look at the door, memory hit the floor, and all I know is you make me want you more. I don't really sure, but I think you know, 'cause you're tweeting me like Tweety Bird on your iPhone. XXXO, 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 XXXO.
XXXO, y'all just so metrosexual. This is not my politically correct flow. This is more like letting that tech blow. This is more like a left when they say right. When the world do you wrong, would you play right? This is more like pushing that white box. When the world try to put you in the tight box. Coming down in the drop with a super plan. 'Cause you don't give fuck with a super thing.
Okay, so we're back. So, Eric, that was your line, Mr. Triple X. We got to see it. We got the shiny, the patterns. We had the integration of all kind of fabrics because you have stuff. I know you have a swimwear, you have streetwear, ready to wear.
Yeah.
So it's just like it kind of covers the whole gamut.
Exactly.
Everything's going on. So what can we expect from Our Hearts Fashion and Mr. Triple X for LA Fashion Week? Because you've kind of taken it over. You are the new Mercedes-Benz IMG. Well, is IMG still a part of it?
Not in LA. In LA, it's all me.
It's all you.
It's all
so,
me.
I mean,
it's
so
all me.
like that's a big like hello to you. Because,
Yeah,
I mean, I remember
thank
like
you.
the only only thing we had to look forward to was Smashbox, and now we look forward to whatever you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. We have over 40 designers this season. We're working with the Art Institute. We're working with VH1 Save the Music. We have JoJo
So the performances,
performing.
I was just about to say, you have
Yeah.
performances going on that benefit the VH1 Cares?
Yeah, absolutely. We have even the Colony Boys, which is children that are performing their instruments to basically
That's on the
show off-
16th?
Yeah, on the 16th. It's
Okay.
the kids show that we have, and the kids show's always been really popular for us. We've
Okay.
had 50 Cent support us. His kid walked in the show.
Last
Dr.
year. Okay,
Joy,
yeah,
we get a lot of press. Colin Egglesfield, he shows his line called Shout Out Clothing.
Okay, and
then-
that's a kid's line. Okay, cool.
And then Kaya Jones from the Pussycat Dolls, she's also showing with us, and she has a line called Hollywood Doll.
Okay.
And so the kid shows always bring a lot of press, a lot of support. Last season we had a young girl that was going through chemotherapy, and she developed her fashion line when she was in the hospital.
Wow.
And so we partnered with Make-A-Wish Foundation, and we had her come show the line with us in LA, and it was really, really cool.
Okay.
And so everything that we do is about giving back. So that's
Right.
why like Art Hearts Fashion, it's about like the art and the love of fashion for a good cause, and that's kind of how we developed and whatnot.
And you also work with American Health Foundation, or AIDS Health Foundation.
AIDS Healthcare Foundation is
Okay.
our title sponsor every season, and we've had such a great relationship with them, being that we have the same initials. So AHF.
Do you know James?
and
He's one of
AHF.
the doctors there.
No,
James Adams.
I'll have to meet him.
Shout out to James Adams. No, he's one of the big and he's also a DJ. So you guys need to know
yeah.
each other because he's a DJ, a great DJ. So hi James, but I mean he's really one of the head doctors at the American Health Foundation, AIDS Health Foundation. I just
That's
had to say
really
that.
cool.
Sorry, but I
It
mean I
is,
want
it
him
is.
to come. So I mean I'm going to invite him to come with him. I want to make sure that he comes with me.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been such a great supporter of our fashion shows and whatnot. And again, because our initials are the same, AHF and AHF, it just kind of happened naturally.
I think that's excellent. I think that when we were going to work together, we didn't get to do that fashion show together. That doesn't mean we're going to do something together. But I mean, like, that was about, I had partnered with Genesee Foundation, which was domestic, women's, domestic abuse. So, I mean, I like the art of giving back, and I like that you give back, and everything since day one has been about that. So I really admire what you're doing, and I admire you for just kind of taking over LA Fashion Week.
Yeah, absolutely. With over 40 designers now, we are the biggest.
You are.
Biggest, baddest, coolest, by over double of what everyone else is doing. And not just that, it's like really special designers and artists that I really appreciate. And
So how do you go about, what is your process like for finding all of these designers? Like,
I get hundreds of submissions every
You do?
day,
Okay,
and
so
I'm
at
just
this
like,
point-
send me your website. Send me your website, show me what's up.
so, okay, then what do we do for, it's a lot of aspiring designers.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that want to be on the level of what you're doing, or at least showcase their lines. There's so many e-commerce going on. What is it from you, from a, like, put your, step away from the designing cap. Put on your management cap. So Erik Rosete Management, what are you looking for when Art Hearts Fashion is putting together an event? You have 40 designers that you're trying to showcase over a 5-night period. What do you want from a designer or aspiring designer?
I want the show. I don't want people to be bored. I mean, you don't want to go to a fashion show where you're just watching people that look like they came off the street on the runway.
Okay.
That's boring. And a lot of the New York shows, they do that because they're showing, you know, Calvin Klein, Ralph Lauren, Marc Jacobs, this and that. Guess what? You can go to the store and buy that shit and walk on the street anyway.
Right.
So it's just like, all right, cool. Well, I'm gonna see every other person walking in that. There's a fashion show every day on the street. If you're taking the time to get ready, to make an evening out of something, you want it to be special. So I chose designers that are dressing Rihanna, Lady Gaga, Beyonce, you know, Katy Perry. They're the ones that are designing the costumes for them, the ones that are doing the red carpet for them, the ones that are doing the music videos, the ones that you would never know who the designer is because it's not a label that you would hear or see at a department store. I chose those designers, and I said, I'm going to celebrate those designers because they're the talent. They're the ones that are actually bringing art and fashion together.
Right.
And that's why we took off, because people like seeing a show. And so when people come to our shows, they get their full feel of what the fashion and the art are about. And so it really created a cool story. And same with myself, you know, I have my own line, and I don't want to make boring things, and I don't want to make things that are average. And for me, personally, I don't wear my own clothes because I'm very basic. I'm in sweats, running around all over the place. I don't have time to dress up, but I love seeing other people dress up because it tells such a cool story. It gives you such an idea about who they are, their personality. It paints a picture.
Right.
And so for me, I really appreciate that, and I love it. And so I really, really get involved in the whole process. And I only choose designers that are doing something that has an element that really celebrates the art of fashion. You won't see T-shirts. You won't see boring things on my runway. You're gonna see really cool.
Well, you have a
things.
cool line of T-shirts, so we will see T-shirts, but they're gonna be done in a different way.
Yeah, exactly.
They're gonna be themed with other things.
Yeah.
They're gonna be paired with other things, and
Yeah.
it's about the art of
Yeah.
fashion. Okay, so how do we get some Mr. Triple X clothing? Like, do we follow you online? I know you have a Instagram, Mr. spelled out MISTR,
Yeah.
triple spelled out, and then the letter X. So, but how do we can follow you that way? You can come to all the Art Hearts fashion that is going on at the Taglion complex in Hollywood.
makes
But how do we get your clothes?
You go to our website and basically you just email info@mrtriplex.com spelt out,
Okay.
and you just send us the Instagram link of what you like. Everything is custom made.
Okay.
So any piece that you like, we'll make it for you.
Okay.
And that's basically the way it goes. We have a boutique and we have a showroom in Hollywood.
Okay.
But all of that stuff is for celebrity pull. So we
Okay.
get a lot of editorial pulls. But
Okay.
if people want to buy it, they just have to email me and say, hey, I like
want
this.
this.
I'll make it for you.
Okay.
No problem.
So, Dwayne, when you go about getting on the red carpet, do you just have a stylist for that? Do you go into the store? What is your go-to thing when you're getting snazzy? Because you look pretty snazzy today, and I know if it was, you got young and
Super
restless.
fashionable,
Yeah, he's
yeah.
super
Super
fashionable. You put it all together. So what is your go-to? Because we know that you just walked in the New York runway. So, I mean, like, hey, like, Erik already said you could walk in his show.
Hell yeah.
For the New York, I think I had a stylist for that.
Okay.
And they styled me for that. So, but usually I just dress myself. You know.
It's all you. You look.
Most of the
What are
time.
you inspired by?
Just how I feel. I guess when I see stuff, I take stuff from what I see and I put it to my own. I guess my own twist and spin on it.
So today I see a hat, you know what I'm saying? I see a shirt, like a t-shirt, but then I also saw pictures. Do you have some pictures of me, cousin, about from when he was dressed? I sent you some pictures. You might have to get them together. That look, it won't work today because I asked you before we got up in here. It's some pictures. Remember I said I sent you a second email? So we're going to get some pictures of you because I saw you in New York looking real snazzy. You was on the front row at some New York Fashion Week. I think it was Cuban Gooders Jr.
Yeah,
So you got to rub shoulders, Cuban Good. Cuban Good, and do you guys check out, like, just to speak on some current topics, do you guys watch, is it called American Crime? Like that show with about O.J. O.J. Simpson? Have you guys got a chance to watch that?
I've seen a little bit of it.
I swear, if you ever thought that O.J. was not guilty, this show puts their own spin on it, and they make you feel like you're so guilty. And I don't know, I was like, I don't know if it's the TV. I'm not going to say my opinion. Everybody has theirs, but I was like, look, the nail in the coffin was the lawyer driving up in a car, and it was like some 80s. You got it? Yes or no? Is that a yes? That means yes? Yes? Hey now, look. Oh, I get a look. You see how I get told to do. So I'm still talking about my O.J. Simpson moment, but the lawyer drives in, and he's like driving in on some like 80s music, like, you know, I could just, and I was just like, he was just like, yeah, O.J. killed himself. And I was just like, you don't even care you're his lawyer? And then he just pulls up to the house, and then he's like, oh, he's still alive? I was like, what the? This show right here. But anyway, I want to show some looks of you. I think this was right now from, so this is Donrad Duncan. And is this so tell me about this look.
Boo's just going for like a comfortable, like stylish, like everyday look.
That ain't every day. That's super style. Like that's like you GQ.
Not really. It was just like an everyday. It's sweats. I got sweats. It's a sweatsuit.
Okay.
Jacket over the top.
Okay, but those some nice shoes.
Yeah, I think those some lubes.
Oh, some lubes. They just some lubes. That's just my everyday sweats. You know my
Everyday
sweats.
shoes though.
You
Like, that's my
know.
everyday shoes for me. I'm comfortable.
You know. Don't look at my. You know my bottoms was red. No, just kidding.
You wouldn't even know them like some regular shoes. It's
Right,
all
right.
black.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's that?
He's an actor.
Okay, so y'all were both. This was this year, right?
Yeah, it was this year.
Okay, and then oh, I saw you at, was it a Billy Reid fashion show?
I was at Billy Reid.
Did you? He has nice shirts and menswear.
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
I did. I was at his Perry Ellis. So I went to a few.
You went to a few?
Yeah, I went to a few.
Okay, so do you have any fashion aspirations?
Not really. I do a lot of like photo shoots. But
Just for the ladies, just for your image. What's the photo shoots about? Is it? Are you in your? You're not in your uniform.
You know, it's just like I guess for my own personal.
Okay.
You know,
branding.
Yeah, just branding. Mostly because outside of football, a lot of people don't see my face. You
Okay.
know, so it's just for me to get my face out there, and people see me on the other side, outside of football.
Okay.
You know, and I love clothes and fashion and shoes and hats and everything about clothing. So they just see other side of me, just other perspective.
So I saw.
That's Colton Haynes. He's a good person to be in a picture with.
He's
He's,
a cool guy,
he's Teen
cool guy.
Wolf. He's been in a lot of movies. Abercrombie and Fitch. He's
cool.
a big person to be involved.
He's a
with.
cool guy.
Uh-oh, who's that? See, you got a hold of that's just sweats though, right? But it's still stylishly sweats.
Those are some expensive ass sweats.
I know, like,
That's why it's expensive.
right. See what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying.
Jeans are like $250.
So tell me about this outfit. I want to know. I see that. Let me tell you what you do. You create the grays and the blacks. Is that your color? Would you step out of that? Because I remember I see a lot of like greens and blues on the, on a lot of like yellows, and I saw Dwayne. What's his name? Dwayne Wade in something one day. I said, "Are those knickers?" And then we had like Pharrell, who gets on the. He was at the Oscar knickers. Like, so I mean, it's a lot of daring fashion. How daring are you? Because this is nice, reserved. I like it.
I like really simple stuff.
Okay,
like,
so you're not gonna do the knickers?
I might. It depends. You never know. It just depends on how I feel. Like, I try to step out of my comfort zone sometimes and just go with it. But I think this look was just a regular look. It's cold in New York, so you can't really do too much at that time. I had to bundle up.
How was that transition? Because you came from Dallas into New York. Dallas it can get cold in the winter, but you are in the part of New York where it's like, if it's January, I don't even know if you could drive.
It's freezing up there.
It's freezing?
It's freezing.
Where'd you grow up?
Atlanta.
So, I mean, it gets cold, but that's different.
Different kind of cold.
Okay, right.
Like, New York cold is brutal.
It's brutal? So how do you prepare for a game when it's that cold? Like, in what are those games? The December, January games?
You can't prepare for them. You just go play.
You just go play?
Just go play. So at the end of the day, you gotta get paid.
Do you have a ritual that you do before like a lot of these, like, look at that look. See, we talking about you not fashionable. Look at this. Well, we never said you weren't. We're saying that you are, because I'm looking. That's a nice tweed coat. We got this, what do you think of that look, Eric?
He's way more fashionable than I am. I always look like a homeless person.
Right, and that's Vashti. She's also a designer as well as a brand ambassador for a lot of lines. But tell me about your look right there.
We just went with something I guess the whole thing was just trying to figure out what we wanted to do. So we did sweats like for 2 days. So
right.
We put on jeans and do something else, like a little coat. And we had a little button up, a little button down.
A little fancy watch going on. Your watch game.
It's all right.
Okay.
It was something. I had it for a long time. It's okay.
Okay.
So yeah, we did a lot of different looks for that.
And you walked in a fashion show.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you guys from New York too? Because we don't want to forget about your friends. She brought some crew members up in here. How y'all doing? I don't want to. Oh, you don't want to talk? No? Oh, hi, friends.
Everybody have a little entourage every now and then,
Oh, okay. So we not. It's a secret.
Yeah.
I was just acknowledging you. I was just. How you doing? You good? You straight? You got some juice? Okay. I got some juice in my cup. Hey. Okay. So. There's a lot of talk, like, okay, so what is the biggest thing, I guess, for sports? Because I looked, and you had a really good record with Dallas. I don't know what, a lot of times you change for a lot of different reasons. Sometimes it's just the team. You went from Dallas to New York to an incredible deal, I would say. I think it was wonderful that you walked into. I must say, we won't have to say the numbers. I know it's people, they know how to look stuff up. Stuff is public. But, for Dallas, you were in the top 10 for, was it punt returns, like at the top 10, only second to Deion Sanders. So that's saying a lot. How do you feel about that? Like, what was the move about, and how do you feel about Dallas and moving to New York?
I love the city of Dallas.
Okay.
I love the team. I love the guys who I played with when I was in Dallas. Unfortunately, my career wasn't really going anywhere. I think I didn't get the chance that I deserved. So when I became a free agent, my whole point of me moving away from Dallas was to be a receiver. And,
Okay.
and
You were
expand
special teams in Dallas?
Yeah, I was just special team pro returner.
Okay.
I was good at what I did.
Of course.
You know, but I want to expand my role.
Okay.
And I don't think they wanted me to get outside of that, you know, and I think that was a big reason why I left.
Mm-hmm.
And when I became a free agent in New York,
Mm-hmm.
they came with a nice offer.
Mm-hmm.
And they told
Nice
me
little bonus. They be like, okay, we want you here. This your salary. But if you really come here, we're gonna give you this on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, okay, I'm by Dallas. Like, how do you feel? I mean, you establish a fan base. You know, where's your family at?
my family's in Atlanta.
So it's like it wasn't a hard thing to go from Dallas to New York because when you visit your family, you're going to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Okay. So it wasn't hard. It was just it was like it was a business move. It was business.
You know, you get a promotion.
Yeah, it's like a promotion. That's what I'm saying.
Promotion for me, so I felt good about it. My team of people who represent me felt good about it, you know, and it felt like it was the best move for my career, especially just for me growing my brand, everything. So, you know, I love New York. I love the people in New York.
You do?
I love my teammates. Like, New York is like
New York is fashionable, so I see you're gonna have to keep those tweed suits and button downs and all that going on because New York likes to bring it.
Yeah, New York is.
And it's cold enough to where you could change a.
It's a tough city now. It's a tough city. You
It
know,
is.
man. But the people in New York, they love you and they show it. But, you know, they got tough love up there too. So I enjoy it. You know, it makes me prepare harder, I guess. You know, and try to continue to do good.
How important is sportsmanship in the game? Because it's hard for me to really gravitate to a team right now. It's like if I become aware of a player, I love football, I love sports, period. So I will say that. But I'm gonna be honest, like I don't have a team, and I think it's just because LA is disconnected from football in a sense. We're just now getting the Rams back. We're just now in the talks about that. I don't live in San Diego, so it's hard for me to be like, this is my team. Like when you ask me about basketball, I'm a diehard Laker fan. I kind of don't know nobody else. But you know, it's just like right now, I'm like, I don't even know who my team is. I'm like, who's that? You know what I mean? It feels bad when I watch like Kobe and all these like players, like they're just. I'm like, why do they keep saying like Kobe's leaving? Like he can't play 21 years. So I don't know. I mean, it's just like such a whatever. But how important is sportsmanship? I lost my train of thought just talking. But how important is sportsmanship? Because we watched everybody like praise Cam Newton for the Super Bowl. They got so pumped up, and he was like the one to beat. And then afterwards, he didn't even want to talk. Is it really like how do you feel after a game and you want to win and you don't win?
It's hard, you know.
It is hard.
You want to not show your emotions,
Right.
but the competitor in you, you know, it brings out the emotions in you. So sometimes you feel like you want to win a game so bad and you don't win. Sometimes you don't want to talk.
You don't.
Sometimes you just be like, all right, I want to go home. I don't want to talk to nobody.
Who's the guy that does the one word?
You talking Marshawn Lynch?
Yeah. Y'all know what I'm here for. Is that what he said? What's he say? What's your line? What do you like to talk to us?
I don't like to talk to the media that much. Nah, but if I do talk to them, we usually have a good conversation.
You do?
Depending on what it is about. You know, because media can always change your words up and switch stuff up. And
do you have a good dance that you do when you do make an exciting play? Do you have a dance?
I got a couple things, you know. Everybody got their own thing, you know.
What's yours? I don't want about nobody else's. I want to know what's yours.
Let's see. It was before the dab, so everybody thought the dab was before what. Well, I've been doing what I've been doing for way before the dab.
You got Atlanta up in you. I know you got a few things.
I know where I'm from. We got our own dance called Beef It Up. Where I'm from in Atlanta.
Beef it up.
Beef It Up.
Oh, how do we do beef it up? I'm gonna have to learn to beef it up. What is that?
It's a dance, but that was before the dab, and a lot of people don't know about it.
Okay.
'Cause it's an Atlanta
Can
thing.
you do it for me?
I could, but I'm not.
See, I'm trying to get an exclusive here.
I'm giving you an exclusive.
Don't look at me. Okay. But guess what? I bet you I'm gonna know how to do that beef it up when you won't know. I'm gonna show it to you afterwards. See, that's what social media is about. I'm gonna give it to them and be like, I know how to do it. I just couldn't. We had to give them the exclusive. Like, we can't give them everything right now. I understand. Okay, cool. So you got to beef it up. So when you do something, you do the beef it up.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
That's just my thing. You know, sometimes I don't do it. Sometimes I do it. But most of the time, I do it.
You do it?
I do it every single time.
Do you have any
like game day rituals? No.
Don't predict my thoughts. I already asked you that question. Do you have any people that you look up to? You said your goal was to be a wide receiver or what have you. And I mean, really, you got drafted. You've been playing your whole career. It's not like you got cut and they said, hey, okay, try out again. You're consistent with your game. So that says a lot. So congratulations to that. But do you, what is it that, say, do you have any people that you admire in, like, growing up, wanting to play football?
Growing up, I was a quarterback. So
okay. So you switched your position up.
Yeah, I switched my whole game up.
Okay.
So Brett Favre was like one of my biggest idols. Like, I used to love Brett Favre.
Okay. Did he just retire this year?
Brett Favre been retired for a long time.
Okay, sorry. No, you know what, I was thinking of Manning. Sorry, it's Manning, but I do know who Brett Favre is because he's a Cheesehead, Wisconsin.
Yeah,
Excuse me, no football. I just get confused
It's
sometimes.
okay, it's cool. Sometimes
Okay,
you know,
it's that Libra.
So Brett Favre was like my idol growing up. I wanted to be like him. Then Michael Vick came onto the scene, and then my game was more like his.
Okay.
Outside of Brett Favre. So, you know, Vic was just like everything I wanted to be like, you know.
Let me ask you a question on that. Do you find, I mean, I don't know any like personal stories about you that have came out in the press that have been like, you know, audacious. I hear really great things. Everything is about your sportsmanship and your accolades on the field. Do you find it hard to balance personal life? Because when you say, what did you say right now, his name? Michael Vick was like someone that you admired his game. He got a lot of heat for the dog situation. I mean, he had to get pulled out, and I mean, it was the big thing these last couple of years about, you know, domestic violence in football. And I mean, as a league, they had to take responsibility for it. But as a player, you know, it's like every football player isn't that. So do you feel the pressure to really be a certain way in your personal life as far as what you do and promote on field?
Most definitely, because we get criticized for everything.
Right.
You know, our personal life and how we play on the field shouldn't really, you know, be together, you know. Because a lot of people do different things, and a lot of people got a lot of different things going on in their life. Football shouldn't matter on my personal life. Like, when you leave work, nobody know what you're doing. Nobody really cares.
Right.
And then you go to work, is a whole different. We have whole different lives outside of work.
Right.
So,
but
you know,
do you consciously make an effort to make sure that things don't go?
You have to, because you know the cameras are always on you. People always got their cell phones out. They always taking pictures. You know, and people always looking into your life. So, you know, you definitely got to be conscious of what you're doing, and be careful, because you never know who's taking pictures, who's looking at you, or what you're doing. So, and social media right now is.
How do you balance your social life?
I just try to stay on the radar. I try not to be out.
You got a girlfriend?
No.
No. He said that's so quick. Like, ladies, if you thought you was the one, you're not her. Sorry. He's like, no. Okay, I got you. Okay, so you're out here. You just what are you? You just out here visiting?
I'm just out here visiting. I had a friend who signed with Rock Nation.
Okay.
He had
congratulations to friend.
Yeah, Joseph Angel.
Joseph Angels, is that musically? He's a musician.
Yeah, he's a musician.
Okay, Joseph. You need to tell him to come Beauty and the Beat.
I'll tell him to come up and holler at y'all.
Joseph Angels, congratulations for being a star of the Rock Nation.
He just had a showcase last night.
Okay.
His birthday is today.
Happy birthday, Joseph Angels of Rock Nation. You having a great week.
Yeah, he's having a great week.
Okay.
But,
so you need to stay out here an extra week, because Erik has the fashion week, and I mean, you got this fashion sense going on. I mean,
I gotta get back to Atlanta.
You gotta get back to Atlanta. You got some family out there.
I've been on the road for a while.
Okay.
I was just in Dallas for like 4 days. Then I just
visiting old friends.
Yeah, I had friends out there.
Okay.
You know.
Ooh, she got. We don't even talk about that on camera. I saw it all in your eyes.
So I was just out there for a couple of days. And then I came out here, you know, for my friend's birthday. So I'm just out here for a couple of days.
You out here? Well, dang! Thank you for the couple of days that you stopped by and felt like, you know, Beauty and the Beat. You can stop by and give us a little share, a little bit of yourself. Mr. New York Giants, number 17. If you don't know, now you don't. Hello, Dwayne Harris. Okay, so what? What? I might have to be a New York Giants fan and stuff until we get our team in place. What we got, 2017?
Yeah.
So we don't have a team yet. So I could, I could choose.
Harris fan. I need more fans.
Okay, yeah, exactly. Well, I'm a personal fan.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, for me to be team strong, you know, the only team I got is Lakers. But I do like player, like on certain, like their athleticism. You gotta respect it, you know. Just to,
You got a player, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have a team.
I like volleyball and whatnot, but I was the leader of the band in high school. I was the dork.
Oh, you play what
Total
instrument?
nerd. The
did you
trombone.
play? The
Super nerd.
trombone. Is that the one that goes?
Super nerd. Yeah. Yeah. But it's alright.
That's all right. Of course it is. We all need music.
Yeah.
Always need music.
We all need
And that's
music.
why I'm working with VH1, Save the Music, to
Save the
provide
Music.
instruments to children in middle class and lower middle class schools.
I love that. I want to go to your next. Did you invite us as press?
Yeah,
to that?
absolutely. On Wednesday, 4 p.m., we'll have JoJo performing. We have a band called Colony Boys that's all under...
That's the 14th.
Yeah, underprivileged kids that are going to be performing for us on
Okay.
the 16th.
Okay, I'm sorry, because I'm like, wait a minute, I don't see that.
It's a big week. We have a lot of things
So
going on.
on March 16th, we have the VH1 Save the Music presents Colony Boys music performance. We got the shout out clothing. We got Little Jewels. We got Victoria Alter. Can I say that right?
Atelier.
Mm,
Whatever.
so I'm not the
That's
only
one of those
one.
words. It's a tongue twister.
Oh, we got a phone
Atelier.
call. I'm so sorry. Can we get a phone? We got a phone caller. I'm just talking. Beauty and the Beat Radio, you're calling in. How can I help you?
What's up? What's up, everybody at Beauty and the Beat? You're doing a great job. This is Philip Henry, also known as PH Podcast. My boy Dwayne's on there right now. I want to shout him out, say what's up to him. He's a former football player for ECU, and I'm also a former teammate of his, so I see him doing this thing on the West Coast. I just want to call up, say y'all doing a good job. Shout everybody out. My boy Mike in the back, too. Y'all doing a great job. I'm listening in, tuned in right now. So I appreciate y'all put my boy on there. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you. You just telling us to thank you. How you like Beauty and the Beat? Did you say hi to Eric?
Hey, that's what I say hi to everybody up there. I'm watching it right now. Everybody just shout out to everybody that's there. Everybody I see is lit on the West Coast. I need to get out there. Hopefully my boy Mike will have me out there later on, but I'm looking forward to doing my interview with my boy Dwayne. Just like yours, I'm picking up notes from what you're asking him. So it's great. I'm learning as I'm watching.
So what's up? Well, we thank you for calling in. Stay watching us.
I appreciate it. Tell them to shout out ECU one time.
ECU one time. Go ahead.
Hey, shout out to all my people in East Carolina. I'm still holding it down for y'all.
My boy. Good job, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I'm going to keep it up, keep listening. Tell some more folks to listen, too. I'm going to make sure my folks watching. We got some people in here right now watching at the same time, so keep doing a great job out there.
All right. Well, appreciate you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. You're welcome.
East Carolina. How was your college? Another one caller? Okay, I'm sorry. Hi, caller. How you doing? Beauty and the Beat Radio. Hello, caller. How you doing? Thank you for calling Beauty and the Beat.
Hey, what's up? Are you guys still interviewing?
What happened? Are we still interviewing? Oh, I'm sorry, caller. Call us back. We are still interviewing. We got about 10 more minutes. But, yeah, that was callers, so they're interested. So, East Carolina University is giving you a shout out. How did you like going to school at East Carolina? How was that being from Georgia? It's not too far, right?
6 hours.
Okay.
Not far. I loved it. I had a great time. Got my degree there, so it was good.
What was your degree in?
Public relations.
Get out. So was mine.
Shout out to the public relations.
Yeah. Hey, now. Hey, so you could walk in the fashion show and tell them how to get it to the press. Get out of here. You heard that?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. Okay, so what's next for you?
I got a lot of things coming up. I have my camp that I do every year in North Carolina.
Okay.
At ECU. Just because I love the community so much, and they always show
What's
me
the
a lot of
age group
support.
for your camp so they can learn from you as far as football? Is that football camp, correct?
We have, it's a football camp.
Okay.
We have all ages. I think it stopped at 18.
Okay.
So we have kids out there from I think 4, 3, all the way up.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So it's fun. We all have a good time.
Do you have a website for that so that they can know how to enroll, or should they just follow you on Instagram? Should we just post it, or we'll get the exclusive to you, information to you? We got to get it to you later.
Yeah, we have to get it to you later because we usually don't put the website up
until it's time. Okay.
A month before, because it fills up so fast.
I got you.
Then we have kids come, and then like we have like 100 kids show up just
okay.
Just because.
Okay, so we got it. It's exclusive, but if you stay tuned and stay into what Dwayne is doing, we will let you know.
Yeah, and then I have another thing that I'm working on in my hometown of Atlanta. What I'm doing with a lot of other football players from around the same city I grew up in. So that's supposed to be a big thing I'm working on right now. I'm trying to get it done for this summer. If not, I'm trying to get it done next summer.
Okay, and that would be something that is for your home city as far as for the youth, or
yeah, for the
something
youth.
like that. Okay.
Yeah, it's most everything I do is definitely for the youth. You know, I love giving back to the community.
Do you have siblings?
Yes, I have 3 brothers, 2 sisters. So
that's a big
family. I'm the second youngest. So
okay, so you're kind of spoiled.
Nah, I wasn't spoiled at all.
You like to say that?
Never spoiled.
Okay.
But I have nephews, so I always want to show them like, you know, different stuff. Like, you know, because when I grew up, you know, sports was everything for me. So I just want them to grow up seeing different stuff, you know, and learning.
Okay. So giving back to
yeah,
what the community that gave to you. Yeah. You grew up in Atlanta.
Yeah, exactly.
So why? I saw one of your hashtags was dread the dreads. Why should we dread the dreads?
Well, the dread the dreads came because Skip Bayless said it on his segment, I think, First Take, and it was after I had a tremendous game against the Washington Redskins.
Okay.
I had like 200 and some yards total by myself, a touchdown and a couple of returns.
Did you do that dance?
I did.
You did? See, it's a celebration on the field. When I know it has to feel like something is like, I did that.
So after that, you know, I just ran with Dread the Dread, so I had got it branded and everything, copyrighted it.
It's copyrighted. Don't say it without his permission. Dread the Dreads.
So yeah, so now it's on all my hashtags. So and
Dread the Dreads. Okay.
So it works.
It does work. It does work. Okay, so we have 2 camps coming up from you. One for sure, and one is in the works for Atlanta. One at ECU. You're a former alma mater. Sorry, I know I said that wrong. I hate when I say words. The school you used to go to. The school you used to go to. Hey, But and then we're gonna get into what the wrap up what Fashion Week is coming on. But we got a phone call. What's going on with this phone call? Hello, thank you for calling Beauty and the Beat. How can I help you?
Yo, Dwayne, what's going on? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
I'm all right, man. How was just calling to see how was the move from Dallas to New York?
Man, it was a great move. It wasn't a bad move for me. You know, I came in, started playing right away, worked my way into the system, you know, and learned the offense, and just continue to do what I was doing. You know, I came in definitely just to play punt return and play special teams and build their special teams up, and I did that. But the move it was a good move for me. I love playing in New York. I love playing in Dallas. But you know, for my career, I had to take that next step and move to New York.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Now the question of the year, what everybody's around here asking, is your boy really gay?
Who?
I don't know.
Who?
But I know I don't think
Odell.
so.
Who? Who's on your team? Who? Which one is that with the hair? He just had a baby. What's up with you? Like, how you just gonna be all like that? Like, you need to stay on the blogs for that, because we don't talk about all that. If somebody is gay, that is what they're doing, and that's their business. How about you? Okay? Thank you. We don't know about that. Like, did he
I know that's right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. I didn't even know that was a question. But you know what? You know what? As we do split that up, there is so much going on about who is, who isn't. And there's so much. I think that, and you maybe can speak to this as far as like with clothing. A lot of clothing is so unisex. Like I know my friend has a sportswear line. And he was like, well, I really think this can be for men or women. If you put on a small, it's going to fit me. If you put on extra large, it's going to fit a male. So a lot of times clothes are unisexual. I think they don't really define your sexuality as much as they do define your style. So is there is there some homophobia still in the NFL? Because even with what's the guy, Sam, what? Like, do you feel like there's somebody? He's not playing right now. Sorry, I don't know your last name, but I do know you. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, cool. Do you feel like it's still like a little don't ask, don't tell?
I feel like if that's the case, just keep it on your own personal. I don't feel like you should let the world know.
Because then it becomes a topic of discussion.
It becomes a distraction. We here to play football.
Right.
I don't really want to know what your sexual preference is.
Right.
But keep it to yourself.
Okay. But it's not homophobia. It's just about, like, you don't want it to overshadow the game of the sports.
Yeah, if you got something like that going on in your locker room, it just cause too much confusion, too much extra. You know, you just want to go to work, go home.
Right. Do you feel like in fashion it's a little more loose? Like, do you feel like the clothes are so... Because a lot of clothes, people want to be like, oh, Kanye dresses like this. He's gay. It's like, why would you say that? That's just how you want to dress. Like,
no,
do you feel like
that? I think straight men dress gayer than gay men do because it's about the fashion and the style and whatnot. I think that gay men have to overdo it, and again, that they don't pay as much attention to what they look like. So it's kind of backwards right now. We live in a world that's backwards because straight men have more fashion than gay men do. Again, there's also the flaming gays that go all out and they dress like women and stuff like that. But that's kind of ridiculous too. In the fashion world.
What do you think about Caitlyn Jenner? Like, I'm so. I mean, I don't care. This is me. This is not your opinion. I'm so over. Kate looks like Caitlyn. Don't say it, but no. Kate looks like Bruce in a dress. She looks like Bruce in makeup. She looks like Bruce in a whatever. I'm bombarded with this Kate stuff. So I get it, but then I looked up and then she's like the face of Mac right now. Yeah. So I mean, I can't move on. So I mean, like, it's just what we see, and sometimes we see a lot of it. So I just feel like it's to each his own.
Look, as a gay man myself, I think it's one big PR stunt that she's doing, and I think she's just making a mockery of what everyone's real struggle is.
Okay,
and she never got to feel the struggle, so it's like, forget it, because it's just a big joke. And everything that she represents is glamour, celebrity, PR. How she can how she can outdo the other women in the family. She was probably like, well, F these girls, I'm gonna do it better.
I feel like she feels like it's all about me. Like, I want to put a C instead of a K because I feel like she was overshadowed as the husband. Yeah. And now she wants to be this fabulous diva, and I'm like, okay, girl, well, I get it, but now it's like everything is about, it just feels of like a publicity stunt.
Yeah, I just feel bad for the people that have actually gone through the actual struggle.
The struggle?
Yeah.
And have had such a battle with the struggle.
Beat up, known people that have been killed, being arrested. Like, there's so many bad things that happen to them when they're dealing with that. There's no relation there whatsoever. And it's just a shame that that's who society chooses as a role model, because that's not a role model. Role model should be someone that's actually dealt with the struggle, someone that's actually been through it, and that person hasn't.
I do feel like sometimes, okay, I'm about to get it. Like, I just do feel like sometimes, whether you're gay or straight, that it just, sometimes, whether you want to promote that or not, it's easily for your sexuality to overshadow what your main purpose is when you're, doing something. So that's what I meant. I wasn't like taking jabs at Caitlyn. I just meant that sometimes, and you just said it, like, to me it's just as clear. Sometimes when you do announce it, it overshadows because that's all people want to know about, when really it's about whether the art is, whether your sportsmanship is, whether it's the clothing is. Like, it's really about that. And then that just happens to be a byproduct of it.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm on his side. I don't necessarily want to take a shower next to somebody that's going to be looking at me in a sexual way. Like, that's my private time. Like, if somebody it's not an issue, then it's not an issue. But if they bring it to the table, and then all of a sudden it's like you're having to like turn the other way when you're showering and whatnot, because you don't want them
to think something.
Yeah, making it a physical thing, then it's just like, it just creates a distraction.
Right.
And when you're in a career doing something, that you love, in art and whatnot, whether it be football or fashion or whatnot, you want it to be all about that. You don't want to have to worry about these stupid little things that are on the side, because it's just noise that you just don't need.
We don't kill the noise. Yeah. While we killing that noise, we're going to take one more caller before we wrap it up here. Thank you for calling Beauty and the Beat. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you guys doing? What's up, Eric? What's up, Dwayne?
What's up?
Hi.
I know you guys are wrapping up. You guys are getting a little deep, but I was just calling to say what's up to my boy, Eric. Eric, it's Russell. How's it going?
Hey, Russell.
What's up? I just want to call and say what up. Saw it posted on Instagram. Hit a few links and saw the numbers, so I thought I'd call in and say, what up, Eric?
Yeah, Russell from way back in the day?
Yeah, dude, what's up?
Are you coming to LA Fashion Week?
I want to. I'm just waiting for the invite, yo.
You gotta get the invite. You know how you go to Our Hearts Fashion, Eventbrite. We gonna follow Mr. Triple X, Our Hearts Fashion, Erik Rosete. You know how to get to LA Fashion Week. You coming?
I'll be there, man. I'm pretty free, so I'd love to go. Got to catch up with Erik. It's been a long time.
Yes, Erik's been doing it a long time. We got some veterans up in here. All right.
Yeah, you better come, Ross.
I would love to, and it's good to see a friend make his dreams and career come true. So good job, man. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Yeah, because for people in the business that have seen your progression, it's like every year it gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah, it's
Our Hearts Fashion, the people that join on to it. I mean, like really, LA Fashion Week was kind of like dissolving until you kind of
We brought a little Hollywood into it.
It did.
Put on a show, so now it's cool.
Thank you, Russell. We want to see you there.
Better see you next week.
Yeah. Well, thanks for taking my call. You guys have a great day, and I got to get back to work, but hopefully see you soon, man.
Thank you. All right. Well, I thank you both. I appreciate you guys both for coming in and spending some time with Beauty and the Beat Radio. Erik, I am so looking forward to LA Fashion Week. I am so excited about what Our Hearts Fashion is bringing to LA and New York, and then to hear that you're going overseas to Europe, Serbia, and other. You're just bringing is it all with Our Hearts Fashion?
Yeah, absolutely.
So everything.
And Miami
is
too. Miami's our sexy show.
Miami.
All
You've done
bikinis.
Art Basel. How is that?
That was a lot of fun.
Art Basel.
That was a lot of
did I
fun.
say it right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was it was more artsy inspired, but Miami Swim is my favorite. It's just all about the sexy, cool, fun Miami. It's all Miami.
I want to go to Miami.
There
So December, and then what? What's the other month?
Miami Swim is in July.
July.
Maybe
we could figure out a way to get there.
Yeah, it's so much fun. It's worth it.
Okay. You got my VIP ticket ready?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
Forever.
cool. Okay, and so what can we look for? We got your 2 camps coming on. You got to follow him and then find out about it. And then we're going to give you an exclusive announcement once that camp finally gets announced, because I know that there's a lot of people that want to sign up, and it's going to be limited participation, right?
No, it's not limited. We just put all the kids we can.
All the kids you can? Okay. Well, you do have a capacity. It's not going to be 1 million kids. So that's why we... Okay. So, yeah, we're going to take as many of you that could be involved, but we all want everybody involved. So give us your IG just one more time. Is it Mr.
Triple X spelled out. MISTERTRIPLEX.
Okay.
And anyone that wants to come to the kids show next week on Wednesday at 4 p.m. to support BH1 Save the Music, bring an instrument and we'll get you guys in. Donate. JoJo's performing and Colony Boys are performing, and we have 4 amazing, great designers. Hollywood Doll from the Pussycat Dolls. And Colin Egglesfield, who's a big actor. They have their children's line out there, and it's all to give back and to support saving the music for our schools. So there is a guest list that is pretty tight, but if you guys come in with the musical instruments to donate, we'll get you guys in.
Got you. And then we can see your line on the 15th, which is going to be, is that a Friday?
Tuesday. I had to take it for the team, so I had to place myself where we needed a strong designer, and by God's blessing, I've gotten to that point. So Tuesday night will be me closing out at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. We have some really cool fashion in store for you guys. It's me, Joshua Christensen from Project Runway, and Coco Black, who does amazing fashion.
Are you going to be on America's Next Top Model for the next season? Or are you
yeah, absolutely. I had my own show, a whole episode dedicated to me, and the winners of America's Next Top Model, I was the prize, so they got to fly to New York, LA, and Miami to be in my show.
Oh, wow.
I've had all of the winners walk for me the past 4 seasons.
Okay.
And now VH1 picked them up, so we're connecting with them and we're getting it all together. They're just doing the casting right now, but we'll be part of it, no problem.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So Los Angeles Fashion Week, it's the 13th to the 18th at the Taglion. Log on to Our Hearts Fashion, figure out how to get tickets, follow Erik and Our Hearts Fashion, follow Beauty and the Beat Radio, and then Dwayne. We got your 2 events to look for. Follow Dwayne Harris on Twitter, Instagram. Find out about everything he has going on. And we're going to close it out here. Any final words, y'all? Because we're about to be over and out.
No.
No? All right. Well, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for calling us. Thank you for following them. And we look forward to LA Fashion Week and your camps.